He went off in the first 2 quarters, guys, as he's capable of doing. We might see some changes here in the defensive approach they use on him in the second half.
Yeah, they've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him like he has been.
On the court for Cleveland, Irving and Waiters, the guards. The 2 stars, LeBron and Love, at the 3 and the 4. And it's Verajao in at the 5, down low. Irving drives in, goes back up. The rebound by Johnson. Lakers trail by 4. Here's Kobe. Good. Bryant's got 16.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Well, we all know the Lakers in transition. Ownership passed down to the next generation in early 2013. And for the first time in L.A., Clark, a bit of uncertainty in that leadership situation.
Yep, a few cracks starting to show their partner, Laker great Magic Johnson, airing his concerns with some of the decision-making. Disharmony, not quite sure of who's going to run things, some injuries as well. And just a lot didn't go the way the Lakers had hoped or wanted it to.
And James gets it to go.
He's got such good hands around the basket. He rarely allows those opportunities to slip away.
Timeout called the Lakers. At this point of the game, always important to stay focused. And while the coach goes over the game plan, these players are getting a much-needed chance to rehydrate and refuel with Gatorade. And guys, we know the drill. All 3 of us drinking the Gatorade too.
Yeah, no question.
Right.
I mean, Kevin, people have no idea the fatigue that can set in during a telecast. And so it's important for us to stay hydrated all game long.
Clark, you're always hydrated.
Yeah, I try to be, but it's usually with a combination of H2O and Gatorade.
I love Gatorade. And look at Steve, got the Gatorade shirt on.
Yeah, he's really immersed in the Gatorade.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Yes, Kevin, Cavaliers head coach David Blatt, unknown here in the United States, but he spent the last 2 decades establishing himself as the premier coach in Europe. Last season, he led Maccabi Tel Aviv to an upset EuroLeague title. One GM described the team as, quote, outgunned at every position except coach. Kevin, it's been his dream to coach in the NBA.
Many consider him a genius-level coach. Doris, thanks. We'll see how he does.
The points just keep coming for him this quarter, and just at the right time, too, as they try to narrow the deficit.
Kobe Bryant with a 2-year extension worth almost $50 million, Steve, highest paid in the NBA.
You know, a lot of people, Kevin, thought he should have taken a pay cut. I don't agree with that. I mean, he's earned every penny he's made and then some. The big thing now is, can you build around him, particularly at the stage in his career where, his best years are behind him. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out for the Lakers.
It's amazing what they're doing on offense here. Perfect in this half.
Here's Irving. He's got 13. Love with the screen on Lynn. The feed now to Verajao. From the arc. Hill pulls it in.
And people talk about the money that Kobe's making, but when you look at his value to the Lakers as a marquee player, whether in tickets or merchandising, I mean, he more than justifies that top dollar. And that's before you talk about his great legacy with the team. So I think his salary is a moot point.
Randall's checked in for the Lakers. Young comes in for Wesley Johnson.
Their low post defense has to show some improvement, guys.
Yeah, of the last 10 points, Steve, 8 have come from in tight.
For 3, Kobe, and again it's the Lakers from deep.
And for the Lakers, signing Kobe to the extension, a way of rewarding a player who's meant so much to their franchise and pretty much ensures that he'll finish his career as a Laker, which is certainly the ending that he and Laker faithful had hoped for.
And here is Irving, following the three-pointer by Kobe Bryant. Verajao down low. He's guarded by Hill. Verajao's shot is good.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Cavaliers have gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. Verajao setting the pick for Irving. Banked in off the glass. Irving's got 17 now.
These defenders are not putting up much of a fight on the interior. It's been embarrassing. That's 10 consecutive points allowed in the lane.
And that's not the kind of streak you want to have if you're playing defense.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Davis is checked in for Hill. And it's Nash in for Jeremy Lin. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Verajao. Marion comes in for Kevin Love. Miller's checked in for Waiters. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
No, that's for sure, because this guy's too good of a shooter to miss that look consistently. You know, regardless of who starts the break, seems like he's usually the one to finish it.
And that's because of how well he attacks the rim on the dead run. Strange to think that for so many years the Lakers would just devour and dominate teams from the East. But last year, the East got some payback.
And that's the goal every time down. Just find a high percentage shot.
And here's Young from the arc. Again, Young missing.